over 800 million pounds of coffee every year. Have you ever wondered what it takes to transform a raw green bean from the steep Andes Mountains into that velvety latte in your hand? Behind the iconic Mermaid logo lies a massive industrial odyssey, from 100% Arabica cherries hand-picked with surgical precision, to high-tech roasting drums soaring to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, join Simple Discovery as we decode the secrets of black gold and the cutting-edge science that allows Starbucks to dominate global coffee culture. The story of Starbucks began as a small shop in Seattle's Pike Place Market back in 1971, with a vision to bring high-quality coffee to the masses. Over the decades, this ambition has grown into a vast global network, redefining our relationship with coffee beyond just a morning caffeine fix. They successfully pioneered the third-place concept, an inviting environment that bridges the gap between our homes and our workplaces. From the precise layering of a macchiato to the complex frosty blends of a frappuccino, the menu has evolved into a sophisticated laboratory of flavor. But the true magic isn't just in the cup. It's in the relentless logistics and engineering required to maintain quality at a massive scale. Let's start our exploration by heading to the high-altitude regions where the life of every Starbucks bean begins. Long before a barista ever pulls a double shot of espresso, the journey begins thousands of miles away in a tropical region known as the Coffee Belt. This band of nations circling the equator provides the perfect combination of altitude, temperature, and rainfall for coffee trees to take root. While Brazil reigns as the world's leading exporter, followed by the massive production lines of Vietnam and Colombia, Starbucks manages a complex global supply chain. They purchase a staggering 800 million pounds of green coffee annually from over 30 different countries. Every single pound is strictly 100% Arabica. Unlike the hardier Robusta bean, Arabica is more expensive and difficult to grow, but it is prized for its nuanced acidity, sweet undertones, and superior mouthfeel. Starbucks is so committed to transparency that, through their traceability program, you can scan a code on your retail bag to meet the farmers and see the exact region where your beans were harvested. The steep, volcanic slopes of the Andes Mountains in Colombia rise majestically nearly 6,000 feet above sea level. This rugged landscape is the ultimate testing ground for coffee. Here, the environment dictates the quality of the cup. The lowland Robusta. Down in the warmer, more humid valleys, Robusta coffee is cultivated. Because the terrain is relatively flat, production is a game of volume. Massive harvesting machines sweep through the rows, violently shaking the trees to strip every cherry from the branches. This method is efficient but indiscriminate, collecting ripe, unripe, and overripe fruit all at once. This inconsistency is why Robusta is typically reserved for commodity instant coffee, a product Starbucks strictly avoids. The Highland Arabica. Higher up the mountain, above 3,000 feet, the air thins and temperatures drop. This is where Arabica flourishes. The cool climate slows the maturation process, acting like a slow cooker that allows the beans to develop deep, layered complexities and natural sugars. Because of the extreme incline, machinery is useless. Every single cherry must be hand-picked by skilled workers who select only the vibrant ruby red fruit. This labor-intensive precision is the only way to ensure the specialty grade required for a premium roast. Once the baskets are filled with ripe Arabica cherries, the race against time begins. To prevent the natural sugars from fermenting and ruining the flavor, the fruit must be processed within 8 to 12 hours of being picked. At the wet mill, the cherries are funneled into water flumes for a process called hydraulic sorting. High-density, high-quality cherries sink to the bottom, while lighter defective floaters are skimmed away. The sinkers are then fed into a depulper, a machine that uses friction to squeeze the beans out of their skins. In a commitment to sustainability, the discarded pulp is gathered and converted into nutrient-rich compost, which is eventually returned to the soil to feed the next generation of coffee trees. The freed beans, still covered in a slippery layer called mucilage, move into large fermentation cells. They soak for 12 to 24 hours, a resting period that allows natural enzymes to break down the sticky coating. The following day, the beans are channeled into long washing troughs. Workers use long wooden paddles to stir the beans against a fresh current of mountain water, scrubbing them clean. During this stage, a second grading occurs. The heaviest, most flavorful beans sink and are pushed upstream, while any remaining hollow beans drift away. Now clean, the beans move to the drying phase. They are spread across vast cement patios, where they are raked and turned by hand under the sun for about 4 days. This slow, natural evaporation reduces their moisture content from 35% to a stable 11%, locking in the raw potential of the bean. The dried beans, now called parchment coffee due to their protective outer shells, are sent to a milling facility. Here, mechanical rollers rub the beans together until the shells break off, revealing the beautiful pale grayish-green raw beans inside. These green beans are packed into 100-pound burlap sacks and stored in massive warehouses to rest. This aging process allows the beans to settle and develop a more consistent character before they are shipped across the ocean to global roasting plants. Before a single shipment is accepted, it must pass the Q graders, expert sensory tasters. Through a ritual called cupping, they slurp the coffee to spray it across their palate, searching for notes of chocolate, fruit, or nuts, and ensuring there are 0 defects in the batch. Inside the roasting plant, the environment is 24/7 high-speed production. Each week, over 2 million pounds of coffee move through these lines. The green beans are fed into massive rotating drums, where internal baffles keep them in constant motion to prevent scorching. As temperatures soar toward 500 degrees Fahrenheit, the beans undergo a dramatic transformation. First, the remaining moisture turns to steam. Then the cell structures burst in an event called the first crack. Blonde roasts are pulled early to preserve bright acidity and citrus notes. Medium roasts continue for a few more minutes to develop balance and a rich, toasted aroma. Dark roasts go the longest, often reaching a second crack, where natural oils migrate to the surface, creating a bold, smoky, and intense profile. The moment the desired roast is achieved, the drum opens and a glowing wave of coffee spills onto a perforated cooling tray. Powerful fans pull air through the beans, dropping their temperature to 200 degrees Fahrenheit in minutes to stop the cook. These beans are then moved to blending tumblers where proprietary recipes, like Pike Place or Cafe Verona, are created by mixing different origins. To ensure that fresh roasted taste reaches your home, the bags are fitted with a one-way CO2 valve. This ingenious bit of engineering allows the beans to naturally release carbon dioxide without letting oxygen in, preventing the oils from going rancid and keeping the coffee at its peak for months. From the misty peaks of the Andes to the high-tech machinery of the roasting plant, every bag of coffee is a testament to human ingenuity and a passion for the perfect cup. If you found this journey fascinating, please like this video and subscribe to join our community of curious minds. We'll see you in the next discovery.